I only look at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can do that.
We are one.
It's the pins. I feel it.
It's the pins, yeah, yeah.
I will find you.
This is going to be a good interview because not only am I a fan of both Ghosts, I'm an actor, a voice actor, a director, and a martial artist. So this game ticks all of my boxes. Obviously, it's a known fact that Akira Kurosawa is a pillar of samurai cinema. In Ghost of Yōtei, we've got 3 different gameplay modes, which I'm excited about. What other cinematic inspirations did you have and pull from to bring that visual poetry to life?
Well, you're totally right. Akira Kurosawa is number one. I think the movie Yojimbo is perfect. Stranger walks into town with just a sword on their hip and using their wits and their fighting abilities solves a problem. That's the kind of experiences we wanted to let players have time and time again inside of Ghost of Yōtei. But man, there are so many other cinematic references. Lady Snowblood, it's a story of revenge. The movie Kill Bill is very similar.
Yeah.
Another reference point. I love the clarity of saying early on, okay, these are the people we're going to take out. And all the twists that happen along the way, the unexpected things, they bring this to life, even though you start with that incredible momentum of just knowing, okay, these are the people who wrong me and they will suffer.
Man, it's getting me excited to just follow Atu's story. So I'm a big advocate for championing culture, especially Asian culture, whether it's East Asian or South Asian. And one thing I was always blown away by from Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yōtei is the world building, whether it's down to the small details of the nature, the NPCs, the houses, every small detail, the animals. What kind of research did you go through to get that sort of representation accurate in Ghost of Yōtei?
Well, Sucker Punch is an American company, and so we know we needed some help. Thankfully, we are a member of PlayStation, a Japanese company, so we have a lot of guidance from our colleagues in Tokyo who can look at the game and give notes to help bring on that sense of authenticity. But we also surrounded ourselves with advisors that take a look at everything from the way characters move to how to pronounce words to religious sites to costumes. These advisors really help us. We're not trying to create a stone for stone perfect historical reproduction of the time, but we really want to make sure that players can get lost and immersed inside of a place that has the feeling of authenticity. Because it's it's part of the magic of video games, feeling like
100%,
you're there.
100%. You want to be immersed. You want to be transformed. You want to feel like you've been transported.
Right.
To that
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Totally. We used to say that this video game is sort of a time machine that will bring you to this place. Again, it's a fictional story and is not a perfect historical recreation. But if you feel like you're there, that's a hell of a thing.
In terms of performances, so as a voice actor, I know when I'm in the studio, I get lost. I get so, it's just me and that microphone and I just come to life. One thing I noticed with Ghost of Tsushima and with Ghost of Yōtei is the powerful emotion behind the characters. How early on in the development stages do you start thinking about the emotional arc of your characters? Because they have painful stories.
Yeah.
They have painful stories and they really show that pain through their acting.
We definitely think about how the characters arc from really day one, and we make sure that the actors are aware, kind of on their scripts, hey, what is your arc and where are we on your arc? Because you do voiceover. Sometimes you get your pages out of order, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make
scene
it
7
clear.
and then
Yeah,
you have to know
exactly.
where
If
he
you
was
start
before
with
that,
scene
yeah.
7 and then we go to scene 2,
Yeah.
you get confused. So we have to make this really apparent because we want to keep it really powerful by coming up with simple arcs. What that allows you to do is to make complicated characters, because how they interpret those things and mull them over and deal with these problems is the stuff that really makes you care about them. Have you ever heard that phrase, simple story, complex characters?
Yeah.
Right, that's what we go for. So the complexity of how they move through being challenged and how they thought the world was, recontextualizing the world again, is what makes them human relatable. And I think that regardless of what time period the game is set in or where the game is set in, human relatability is the thing that gets you to love the game. And so that has to always be where you start.
Yeah, and it's different because it's like watching a film is one thing, but when you have like the controller in your hand, you're responsible for these characters. Like,
Yeah,
you're looking after these characters, so you feel so attached to them. And when they go through something, you feel like you're going through it too.
Totally. I think that's the coolest thing about video games, right? You know, when you say, I died in this level.
Yeah, we
you
say
don't-
that all the time.
Yeah, right. You
Say it all
don't
the time.
say, Atsu died.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're absolutely there. You're part of it. You are definitely feeling their emotions
100%.
as they move through changes. And
100%.
I love that about video games.
There's some scenes in, well, obviously Ghost of Tsushima and with Ghost of Yōtei as well. Some scenes are so powerful where it's like, wow, this blew me away. Like, what is the process like? Are you guys around like a round table and say, all right, how can we make everyone cry? Because this has to be emotional. Like,
Oh, it's a collaboration. It's a creative director, of course. I'm there for that, but the narrative lead. We get ideas from the people making missions all the time. So, the best idea wins, and there's a lot of iteration. But yeah, we're saying, hey, okay, let's really get people fired up right now, or let's make them cry here. Hey, what can we do to really bolster this moment to get people, more attached to a character or So I don't want to give you any specifics. I don't want to ruin
See, I'm just
the
picking
game
it-
for
picking it
anybody,
out.
but it's collaborative. I mean, Sucker Punch is a team that talks constantly and iterates. We'll try things out. If they don't work, we'll change them. But emotional potency is the goal. You want to feel when you're playing the game.
because I feel like that is the reason why we continue to play, because you do levels, you do missions, but essentially it's like, I want to know where this character's going. And when you feel that pain and that story from there, you want to continue and be a part of it.
All right, you're asking about emotion. So one thing that requires a lot of work is making sure that we understand the emotion that we want you to feel, and then building an interactive sequence where the real hit of the emotion happens in gameplay, not necessarily when you're watching a cutscene. I love cutscenes too, but if you can put it in gameplay, it's even better because you are the character, right? You are going through that moment. So that's what we're really trying to do all the time, so that you're completely immersed in that feeling right then.
Man, I'm so excited.
刀鍛冶の娘。
覚えておけ。圧だ。
I'm a martial artist, so I study a mix of martial arts, and I love how accurate the combat is. And in Ghost of Yōtei, we've got more weapons, we've got more styles. What is the process like capturing those fight moves and making sure it's accurate and representing of those styles?
Well, again, we surround ourselves with advisors. So in Tsushima, we brought an expert in Kenjutsu to show how to hold a sword right, come in, motion capture some moves. And we learned a lot from that person. In Yōtei, we were fortunate enough to have this group. We'd seen some videos of this woman who did these quick draws with two swords. So we flew her out to our studio, and we mocapped her.
Come and do that?
Yeah. And so that's what you see. Atsu is moving because of this woman who was a trained martial artist who, when you see somebody who knows what they're doing with their body, right? It looks sort of, it's effortless grace. You can tell, even if you're not a martial artist. So we thought it was vitally important that we put that into the game. So when you see Atsu, take out her swords or go into a stance that it felt like, oh yeah, this woman has
100%.
fought before.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you can tell as a martial artist when
Yeah,
you see
'cause
somebody who's new
100%.
and they know what the stance is supposed to be.
Yeah. I know it kind of goes over some people's heads, but you press square, you press triangle, whatever button you press, they're performing a move. That move is very accurate. All the way down to like a side kick of like holding the sword, but then turning to the side and then bringing the posture back. Everything is so accurate. And so when I see Ghost of Yōtei and I see the gameplay and the combat, and I see the different weapons, I'm analyzing how is it being used. And when I see it, I'm like, whoever did this knows what they're doing.
I appreciate you having an eye for it.
It's the finer details that matter to me.
Yeah, right.
And the
That's what I'm
finer
saying. Like
details.
having more people involved who bring that expertise to life and all comes together in the game. And I'm sure that, a lot of people won't recognize the details as you do with martial arts.
One thing I never did in Ghost of Tsushima was fast travel. I never fast traveled because I wanted to keep seeing the environment. It's that immersiveness, and I wanted to follow the wind, or like follow a fox, or follow the bird. Ghost of Yōtei's got a new clue system. What was the thought process behind designing the mechanics to deepen the sense of freedom and encourage players to explore organically, where they feel like, I want to go there, I want to figure this out? Because I've seen a lot of people talk about how excited they are just to explore and accidentally come across something.
Right. So I think the reason you make an open world game is for that moment when you get done with a story, maybe had like a big crescendo moment, and you ride away from it, your blood's still pumping, you're excited, and you're sitting in a beautiful valley, and you say, okay, what do I want to do next? And this is the player being able to decide entirely for themselves what's up. And if they look at the environment and they see like a rock on the horizon, it looks a little weird. They say, I wonder what that is.
A weird rock.
Yeah, or like a tree that's grown at kind of an odd angle, or some campfire smoke.
Yeah.
By simply following their curiosity, and they go and they check out that odd rock, right? They're going to find something. And in Ghost of Yōtei, that is a story or a piece of gear or some kind of mystery. That moment of the player just guiding themselves is what we care about so very much. It's the space between the pieces of content where you're in charge. And so we came up with something like the clue system so that we wouldn't have a map filled with icons where you're looking kind of outside of the game world. You're looking at like a map or a journal screen filled with text. We wanted to keep the information very small so that your eyes were always in the game world, looking around for an opportunity to discover something new. And hopefully, you'll go to that odd rock and you'll find a story about somebody in need. You can solve it with your sword. And when you get done with that, you'll see a waterfall and want to just discover, is there anything, around that waterfall, because it's really beautiful. And you'll just go from one thing to another, getting lost, losing track of time, but fundamentally being immersed. And this path is your own. Nobody told you to do it.
Yeah, but I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's people out there, because I play the game and sometimes I'll be riding a horse and then I'll slow down because I've seen the grass move a certain way. I've seen the weather change, or the sun come up in a different, and like a lens flare coming out. Those are the things I focus on, because it's the attention to detail that shows me that this game has been created with love and care and precision, and that's what makes it like this is worth playing.
Oh, I'm glad you do that. I mean, I feel like that is sort of one of those video game moments that a lot of us have had, where you just stop.
Yeah.
And you
literally.
look and you breathe it in.
Yeah.
And it's as a game maker, of course, we don't know when you're gonna do that.
Yeah, and
right?
I
we
guess
hope
it's
you do,
weird.
but
Yeah, because it's like when I'm making films, I just I'm editing, I'm putting it out there, and once it's out, it's out. But it's like when a comment comes back and it's like, oh, I appreciate this little detail. It's like, wow, someone actually noticed that I thought of that. So there are people out there that notice it, including myself.
Yeah.
Because there are moments, like even when I play Ghost of Tsushima, where if I play it on my TV screen, riding a horse, and I stop, and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And I just pan the camera, turn the analog just to see, and I'm like, this is beautiful. How much can you tell us about the animals in Ghost of Yōtei? Because obviously we've seen a wolf, and there's a lot of questions around how, why, what the relationship is there. What can you tell us about the animals in Ghost of Yōtei?
right. Well, in Ghost of Yōtei, nature is on your side.
Can we make that a quote? Because that sounded so cool.
Well, it is true. I mean, you played Tsushima, right?
Yeah.
The wind is guiding you. Animals like a yellow guide bird or a fox will take you to things because nature is eager for you to win. In Ezo, where this game takes place, Atsu is also aided by a wolf who is a representation of the wilderness. This is not a dog. It's not your pet. But it wants Atsu to take down the Ezo 6 who are hurting Ezo. And this representation of wild Ezo will help you if you can help the wilderness itself. This is probably the area where we're the most kind of supernatural, really. And we do it because we want you to, again, look at the world. Nature can help guide you. It can help you fight because Atsu is a part of Ezo. All right, here, one thing cool about the wolf.
Oh, yes,
okay,
please, yes, please.
There is,
Okay,
there
spoiler.
was this huge wolf that lived in Hokkaido.
Okay.
Huge. It's now gone extinct.
Wow.
So we're very pleased to have a Hokkaido wolf in the game. This will be your chance to hang out with an Hokkaido wolf because they no longer exist.
Wow.
And these were very cool predators in their time. And it's obviously, it's a shame. It's too bad. It's, it's a loss for the planet Earth that they're gone. But I think this is a really cool thing about video games, right?
Yeah.
You
You
can,
get to-
you can resurrect this creature.
It's a gift.
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
On a more personal level, watching Sucker Punch's growth alongside PlayStation Studios over the years, it's been incredible. And I wanted to ask, what have you and the rest of the team learned along the way? All the ups and downs, the lessons, the curves that you've been able to positively pour into Ghost of Yōtei.
Oh, I
Because
think
you speak a lot about the team, and it's nice hearing about it, that you guys are like a family and you really care about this project.
Oh, right. Yeah. There are so many ways that we have grown as a team. In the early days on Sly Cooper,
Yep.
there were 15 of us. So we had to wear a lot of hats. Like, for instance, I did the writing on Sly Cooper and game design.
Which was an incredible game, by the way. I love Sly.
Thank you. I only brought that up so I could fish for a compliment. I loved making those games. You got to do so many different things. And these days, your people are more specialized. But what that means is that the quality of the game just goes up and up and up because you have somebody who knows how to rig characters like an ace to make sure that that armor, when it moves on your shoulder, looks just right. Or somebody who can make foliage that bends in the wind or is trampled down by a horse's hooves and it looks just right because it's much more immersive. It's a great time to play video games as a result because the worlds become much more crafted and just detailed.
I'm so immersed in this conversation. I just can't wait to play the game. But I just want to say thank you for your time and thank you for your dedication to the Ghost franchise, because someone like me who's obsessed with it, clearly you can tell, and I can't wait to immerse myself in Ghost of Yōtei because I know it's going to be 20 times more than what I've already experienced. So
Hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate you playing the game, wearing pins. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
good. I hope you like it. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Nate.
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yōtei 6.
I thought we killed your whole family.
I will find you. Tell me what you know about the Oni.